Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about one of the three easy steps that we do within this business. And that's following. So following is something that's super simple and that you can do every day. My rule of thumb is when you're first starting is to manually follow, and every time you get on your phone, go follow people on Instagram. And the way I do this is I will just look at my timeline on Instagram, and I will find like a photo that someone recently posted, and I will go follow all of the ladies that liked that photo. So for example, like I have my Instagram pulled up. I would click on the likes, and then I would just go through and start liking them in short bursts. And I would just click on the ladies and follow them. And then I make sure that it actually follows. That's something I recommend. So every time you open your phone, go follow 10 to 15 people. It's like a good rule of thumb, because if you're on your phone, then you can just go quick do it. It takes 5 seconds to do it. I also friend people, mutual friends on Facebook as well. That's something that I recently started incorporating as well, because I do dual posts, and you can decide whether if you want to just use Instagram or if you want to use Instagram and Facebook or just Facebook or whatever. It's a lot easier to grow your business on Instagram a lot. We have a lot of our trainings that are geared towards Instagram because it's so accessible and it's a lot easier to grow your business on this platform. So those are just some easy tips. The other thing that I started using maybe a month or two in is there's 2 apps that help me follow and unfollow. So on Instagram, another rule of thumb that I like to pay attention to is your followers to following ratio. So if you go to your page, this is my screen. If you look at my followers and my following, I'm following 3687 and my followers are at 3945. So my following is less than my followers. I try to keep it that way. Or if they are farther apart, then I make sure that I unfollow, because people will follow you back more if your ratio is more even, or your following is less than your followers, because they'll be more prone to follow you then. So then you have more opportunity to talk to more people and everything like that. So that's something that I pay attention to. And then something that I use every day that's been super handy for me would be, I have 2 apps that help me do this. One is called Captivate for iPhone users. And it looks... Hold on. It kind of looks like this. It has the 2 people for Captivate. And it's just something that you can use to follow people. It's really handy. I bought the Pro version has the cloud service, so it'll automatically run for you. So when I'm working full time, I can preload my queue. And this morning I followed people. I just put a bunch of people that I wanted to select to follow in my queue for the day, and it'll automatically run follow one person every minute, every 2 minutes for my entire day. It's super nice. You also have access to the local queue as well. There's a night mode. You can load that queue at night, and it'll just set your phone to night mode, and it'll just follow consistently all night. And you can set it to follow one person every 30 to 40 seconds, and you can follow 500 to 800 people while you're sleeping. So nice. Then you don't lose those precious hours of growing your business. So you basically pay to sleep. Woo-hoo. So super convenient. A way that I use this, so typically there's a search button that you can type in different things. For recap, for following people, I typically follow anyone 18 plus. So college students are a big one, young moms. I try not to follow a lot of fitness groups, because it depends really, because if there could be other companies that they're part of, and you don't want to try selling them stuff if they already sell similar things. So you just have to be select pick and choose. When I started following like a sorority that I was a part of, like Sisters, National Sisters, and like finding people that had things in common with me. And then I would just go through my timeline and follow me like likers from all of my followers already, which was like super nice and convenient because you kind of can just continue to grow. If you're on Captivate, you can use the discover option, and I will just kind of like scroll through for a little bit. And when I think someone looks 18 plus, I'll click on their little button. I'll look at their profile. If they have something college related, or anything like that, I'll click follow. And then I go to their most recent picture. I click on their likes, and then I click all of their buttons. I will go through that all the likes for the whole photo, and I will add it to a queue. You can preload as much as you want. Some people preload days at a time. Some people just do a day at a time, but it's super convenient for me because me working full time, I'm not always on my phone. So it allows me to keep up with my business, or like when I'm sleeping, I am also keeping up with the business as well. So that's something that's really nice. The next app I'm going to say that's really helpful is Cleaner. So following is really important, but also keeping your ratio pretty even is also really important. So my rule of thumb is follow for 2 days, unfollow on the third day. So another app that I got that's super nice is called Cleaner. And I have the pro version. It's the local only. And what this does is I basically can select all of my non-followers. So if I have a lot of people, if my following number is a lot higher than my followers, I can pre-select all of my followers or all the people that are not following me, and I'll load them into like a queue, and I can unfollow 200 people every hour to get my ratio back to even. And then just because you unfollow them, they still have your request, so they can still follow you. So it works like both ways, works to your advantage. So Cleaner is a really handy app as well, and they have a night mode as well, so you can like unfollow at night, and it'll just automatically do it for you. It's super nice. It's super handy. I set that up sometimes when I'm at work, and then just runs throughout the whole day. So it's really nice. But those two apps are super important. If you don't want to have to worry about thinking about following or unfollowing, I highly recommend the apps. It's definitely a time saver, and I don't have to get on my phone every like 12 minutes to go follow some people. So that's really nice. So I just have that set up, and it just runs for me. So it's something I only have to think about loading my queue, which takes less than 3 minutes to like load like 300 to 500 people in the queue. If you have like a good list of people that you want to follow. But those are like some major tips that I find very helpful and that I think have benefited me. I went ahead and just upgraded my apps so I can use it as a tax write-off because I'm using it for my business, which is really nice. So I think it's like $5.99 for Captivate for like the pro version. Make sure you get pro. And then Cleaner, I got pro version as well. So I think I spend like $10 on the apps, and they're just like super helpful in my opinion. It saves me a lot of time. I manually friend on Facebook, which isn't a big deal. Like I'm on it. I'll be on my laptop and I'll just look at my friend suggestions. I take a look on like the mutual friends and see if they have any like common distributors for It Works or other companies on their list, or if they are, or if they are a distributor or they're a distributor for another company. I try not to friend them because I don't want them to have access to my potentials, if that makes sense. But yeah, I hope those tips are helpful as you're starting. Those are just some basic guidelines that I recommend, and you can go at whatever pace you want, but it's totally up to you and up to your own schedule. So good luck following.